Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, back with another video on Disney Dreamlight Valley. So, I think we're going to get some news about the Belle update finally very soon. But today, an interesting leak popped up on Twitter. So, Dreamlight Valley just tweeted asking about what our favorite fish to catch is in the game. But in response, Dreamlight Kingdom, among many other users, replied with a picture that popped up on their main menu. It's Ursula's Transformation Dream Bundle. Ursula's new dream style turns her into Vanessa for adventures in Dreamlight Valley. Join her quest, unlock unique items, and have a blast. So, in case you didn't know, Vanessa is the name that Ursula goes under when she goes into her human form during The Little Mermaid. So that's pretty exciting. I was hoping we would get Vanessa eventually, especially because Ursula is the only villager right now where we can't do hangouts with or give the villager roles such as gardening and digging and mining. So it makes a lot of sense that we would get Vanessa at some point. And there she is sitting on that poof chair. And we have a couple of avatar outfits too, which I think both look really cool, but especially the one on the right. I definitely would want my avatar to wear that at some point. Then in the background, we have a new stage piece, which I guess is like the one we have with Olaf, except this is very Ursula themed. And then watching are Mirabelle, Mother Gothel, and Kristoff. So I guess they are going to tie into the quest line in some way. I'm not surprised to see Mother Gothel and Kristoff there, but I'm curious to see what Mirabelle's role is going to be in this. And then finally, on the very right, we have this little statue of Ursula's eels, Flotsam and Jetsam. So yeah, I think that's pretty neat looking. And that's it, unless there is more to the bundle, but they're just not showing it in this picture. So overall, this looks way better than the Wally Dream Bundle in my opinion. I like everything here, but I hate the fact that it is a Dream Bundle in the first place. I just find it just so awkward, them doing what is basically paid DLC before the game is even out of early access, before free to play. So, yeah, I would not be surprised if this is more expensive than the Wally Dream Bundle 2. I don't think that is going away, by the way. I think that is still going to stick around permanently. I don't think it's just going to be one Dream Bundle at a time, but considering that they are doing like this dream style where Ursula turns into human and not just like a little costume for a character that doesn't change too much, yeah, I would not be shocked if it's at least 5,000 instead of 4,000 moonstones, which is already really steep. Like, that's almost as much as a game pack for The Sims 4, and even those, most of those are pretty debatable as to whether those are worth the price. And like I said before, Ursula is the only villager that we can't hang out with and give the villager role to, but assumingly, if we buy this DLC, then we can do that, so that also feels scummy in another way, where it's like, oh, we can't have the full functionality of Ursula until we get this Dream Bundle. So it's different from Wally's in that way. It's not just a cute costume with extra animations. We could already hang out with Wally and give him the roles in the first place, but yeah, that does feel pretty bad too. I've seen Dream Bundles go from being extremely hated with the first one to being defended now because we got the Dream Snaps update in between, and now we're able to get Moonstones a lot more easily, but I don't think that automatically makes everything okay and makes it fine for them to charge just whatever prices they please, because it's like, okay, so they're giving us all these moonstones for free, so then in the end they're not actually going to make that much money from charging those prices, so just make the Dream Bundles cheaper, because I don't mind them charging money for this, but I'm against the high prices and them having these Dream Bundles be a thing before the game is out of early access. So I'm assuming that this Dream Bundle is going to be available the same day that the Belle update releases, and speaking of that, they gave us a tiny little sneak peek the other day, saying, "We know you've been excitedly looking forward to Belle's arrival in the valley, and there's so much more to be excited about. What other surprises do you think we have in store for our next major update?" Here's a better look at the screenshot they attached. So there is Belle reading on a bench. And the bench is rotated at a 45-degree angle. I wonder if this is when we'll finally get that as a feature, or if we were to get really ambitious, just full-on control, like any angle you want. Because I'm not gonna take that as a confirmation. We had that one tweet from many months ago where they had all of those signs and then some of them were rotated at 45-degree angles, and then we still don't have them. So it is possible this is just to make the promotional screenshot look nicer, but I don't know. I think this is something that is pretty decently requested, so hopefully, at least before the game is out of early access, we will have this in the game for real. But finally, we're gonna get Belle soon. She's been on the cover art ever since the game was announced. I wonder if there's going to be some sort of like special reason that Belle has taken this long. I don't mean from a development side, but I mean like in the game's fiction. Especially that also, it's worth mentioning that this update is coming out in September, which is the month that Dreamlight Valley is going to turn a year old, because early access started on September 6th, 2022. Though I'm not sure if this update will come out that close to the anniversary, because the updates, if I remember correctly, always release on Thursdays, so then it would have to release on the 7th, so that's already a day late. But I guess if it's the same week, then that's not really a huge deal. But I feel like if it was already coming out the 6th or the 7th or whatever day during that week, then that's already next week. That's really, really close. And they tend to tease the updates a bit further out than that, beyond just like one little picture that doesn't show much. So I would not be surprised if it comes out a little later in September, even though I would still love for it to be next week. Whatever happens, I hope Gameloft clarifies when the game is going to go free to play, at least a rough window, because they used to say 2023 all the time, but now they've been hush-hush about it, and it's not appeared on the roadmaps. So at this point, I'm assuming it's not going to happen until 2024, and just something happened. But I would love to know for sure. I mean, sure, there is still the chance they could just spring it on us one day without a prior announcement, but Gameloft also works on Disney Speedstorm, and they did announce that pretty decently in advance, because it's actually going to leave early access on the 28th of September. So also, yeah, I don't think they will make both games free to play in the same month. If free to play is truly delayed though, then I don't mind personally, because I don't feel like the game is quite ready to leave early access yet, especially in terms of the character roster. I think there's still quite a few, I guess you could say quote-unquote, essentials that should be in the game before it is exposed to a much bigger audience. So I think some development things have happened behind the scenes, so maybe they do need just more time to polish the game and add more content beforehand. I mean, with the past two updates, I think they were meant to be one single update and then they split it off, because it is weird that the Fairy Godmother was the only character in her update and then Vanellope was the only character in hers, because we only had that happen with Scar before, but that was the very first update with the game, so I can give a free pass on that. But it just seems, yeah, a little suspicious, and it's not like those two updates were very far apart either. So that's pretty much all I have to say for now. I would not be surprised if we get more news about the Belle update tomorrow. I think today's tweet was just like a little filler sort of thing, because like, oh, it's Monday, it's just the beginning of the week, and then Tuesdays usually when a lot of gaming news happens. So feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, what you think of this leaked Ursula Dream bundle, and if you're looking forward to the Belle update. And be sure to subscribe if you'd like to keep up with my latest gaming content. I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!